Trying to get out of the wind a little bit because like every single day since I started making videos, there's like 40-mile-per-hour gusts and it just messes up the audio. And yeah, I understand my eye is a little red. It was fine yesterday, feels fine now, but I see in the mirror it's a little red, nothing to worry about. Today, I went through all the nicknames I didn't tell you and I picked the 4 with the best backstories. That kind of mound over there, right where the edge of the grass area is before you get to the road, that used to be the first green. And now it's just nothing. Alright, first one, Maryland Live 2020. I won't tell you the nickname until it comes up at the end of the story. So there was this guy, I think he was Middle Eastern, and we were playing at the Horseshoe Baltimore. And he said he doesn't like to play at Maryland Live. I much prefer the Horseshoe to Maryland Live also. They're like 10 miles apart. So he says to me, yeah, I don't like playing there because there's so many pros. I was playing there once, years ago. There was a guy at the table, and then 3 months later, I see him playing a tournament in blank. Now, I thought he was going to say like Vegas, maybe like London, like one of the World Series of Poker Europe stops or one of the WPT stops in Europe. He says, yeah, I was playing with this guy at Maryland Live, and then 3 months later, I saw him playing a tournament in Cyprus. Did not expect him to say Cyprus. Definitely did not. You could have given me 200 guesses. I wasn't going to say Cyprus. So I started calling that guy Cyprus. I didn't really have any friends around, so I would only call him Cyprus in my head. But it was still worth it. One of the last countries, I guess I would have guessed. Just a guy at the Horseshoe Baltimore who likes playing poker in Cyprus. Well, this is what used to be the par 3 course right next to Harrah's. And what a stupid rule this is. When I play par 3 courses, I bring 1 club. How much more than a pitching wedge do you need? You're gonna get to every green in one, about. You're gonna chip with it, and if you know how to putt with a wedge, that's all you need. Why carry an entire bag with you to a par 3 course? Doesn't make any sense. The next is probably a very much sought out nickname. There was a guy in AC we called Rounders. When he would wait for a seat, he wouldn't use headphones. Like, he would only break out the headphones when he got to the table. He thought when he was at an empty table waiting for a seat, no one could hear anything going on near him. So he would, you know, watch movies or TV shows and you could hear it from a few tables away. So one day he was watching Rounders while he was waiting for a seat, and we could just hear every line from the movie coming out of his phone. So we started calling him Rounders. There's the railroad going by. Union Pacific is a major employer around here. So railroads still in use very much in the country, and there's one of them going by over the on-ramp to the interstate. Next one, not a ton to it actually. You know, some people, some of us who are overweight, if someone says, have you had dinner yet? Even if you've had dinner, you still want to eat. So you can't say, no, you don't want to lie. So you don't really answer the question. You say, I could eat. Well, there was a guy in Maryland Live who had a hat. And that was all it said on the hat, I could eat. So that's what we started calling him. Yeah, the grass has been mowed at least. When they first stopped using it as a par 3 course, they just let everything grow. No one did anything for a while. And it was like 5 feet tall grass. And if you finished playing and came back to your hotel room at like 2 a.m., you would see a deer walking through a lot. But not anymore. Someone finally mowed it. And we had some sarcastic nicknames with the word professional in them. I went through a few of them in another video. Well, there was a dealer in Maryland Live that the guy I was down there with, he knew from years ago. The guy used to be a player, now he's a dealer. So he said he was at his house once, I don't know, a bunch of people were playing online. Like, he used to be a pro, now he's a dealer. And to like distinguish him from all the other people who had pro in their nickname, because this guy was at his house, we started calling him House Pro. Like, he was a professional as long as he was inside his house in like 2013 or something. But now he's a dealer at Maryland Live. So those are the 4. I could eat, House Pro, Rounders, and Cyprus. So I don't know how many more nickname videos. I do have way more. They don't all have great backstories. It's a little more fun when you're just referencing the people at the tables rather than talking about their origins. But I thought those 4 were pretty good.